Hey, what's going on? Ryan here with Intersection Records and talking about an article I read where Carlos Santana says that he would love to put on another Woodstock. You know, the Woodstock thing, of course, the first one was in August of '69. Santana was his coming out party. Really, prior to that, he barely had a record deal, and it put him on the map. His performance was incredible, and he owes a lot to that in the movie. You know, they've had Woodstocks since then, of course. In 1979, they had a small, abbreviated one with some of the smaller acts on it, and I think that worked out pretty good. In 1994, they had another successful Woodstock. But of course, then in 1999, they had a kind of a catastrophe type of Woodstock where you had all these younger, harder edge bands, people not getting along, too many people, just a mess, fires, rapes, everything else in between. And I was thinking, how could you make this work? We've had big festivals over the years, the Bonnaroos, we've had the Lollapaloozas and the Coachellas and the Power Trips and these hugely expensive corporate run events. Here's some things that Carlos has said just recently. I want to make it a global caravan of harmony and oneness on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and bring the best bands and the best musicians. I've talked to Eric Clapton and certain musicians like Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they want to be part of it. He adds, when I talk to a promoter about this, they salivate. Everyone I talk to wants to be part of this celebration. Again, the promoters tried to do something in 2019. It didn't work. It was canceled. Santana is 76 years old. He says it's not outside the realms of possibility for 2025 or through 2027. Santana has a Vegas residency, an intimate evening with Santana, which I would love to see. In fact, I'm seeing him this summer. I saw him last year. He's incredible still. Here's my thoughts. You don't need to have the biggest bands in the world. It doesn't need to be a shit show where, you have these enormous bands and you have too many people interested in a band like Metallica or the Foo Fighters. You can bring back some legacy people that were at Woodstock, like Santana. You could bring John Fogerty, who's still playing at a high level. You could get Graham Nash to play a solo set. Maybe Steven Stills comes out. Joan Baez could do a little set. You could do a Jeff Beck tribute. Since the Jeff Beck group was supposed to play at the original Woodstock, you could have Rod Stewart and Ron Wood play a Jeff Beck band tribute. You could even get Bob Weir and Phil Lesh to reunite as part of a Grateful Dead tribute, but not call it the Grateful Dead, so there's so many people. Get a government mule. Warren Haynes, who's an amazing player, and kind of represent Mountain, the band Mountain, Leslie West's band that was at Woodstock. Get bands like legacy bands like Blue Oyster Cult that are still good, and the Doobie Brothers, and maybe newer bands like the War on Drugs and bands like this that are great and that kind of harken back to a time. Earth, Wind, and Fire is a perfect example. Yeah, you're going to bring some people and some diverse crowds in, but you're going to keep it to where it's not a mess of so many people. Yeah, people are going to want to be there. You can do it at a venue. You don't have to have 400,000 people there. You could have 70,000 people there where you can get in and out. Maybe there's an area where people can camp, but you can get in and out on a day. You could do it over 3 days. And make it actually enjoyable. Have older people like me be able to come, get in and out, go to the bathroom, celebrate, like he says, harmony and oneness. You can represent that era without being at, in a big concrete place or a corporate venue, or be so damn expensive. to where it's not enjoyable. I think it's a good idea. I think Santana is onto something. Again, doesn't have to feature these overboard acts that really aren't that good, like a Foo Fighters. Get some just good music. Get John McLaughlin to come out and bring some sort of reunited Mahavishnu orchestra. Bring some jazz people. Bring Nora Jones in, whose father, Ravi Shankar, was at the original Woodstock. Things like that. Think outside the box a little bit, other than just putting up, Kings of Leon and bands that you think are gonna, Black Keys, I guess, could be somebody that you bring on. I don't know. These are just some thoughts on that article that I saw. I think he could be onto something. Check out my channel. We do shows every single day. Peace out. See you.